Check this out. Come here, baby. Come here. I got you. Look at this. Guys, it doesn't matter if you're fishing from the shore or fishing from the boat. If you need a technique that's going to catch fish, pretty much in any situation, it's the shaky head paired up with a nice small finesse worm like Cabin Creek's buoy worm. So check this out, guys. You choke it. Great technique. So we're gonna break down all the basics about this from rigging, retrieval, location. Right now, starting with rigging.
That. Bring it on over to the camera. Are you recording, dude? Come on, buddy. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Get away from that trolling motor. It's not for you to hang out at. All right, guys. Bingo, bingo. Let's talk quickly about setting this bait up. Look at that, he loved it. He made a nice little meal of it. All right, guys. So what I got here is, I got about a 3/16 ounce shaky head. These come in a lot of different designs, but the one I'm using is a little twist lock. So I twist this worm onto there, and then I match up that hook and I actually go all the way through it, penetrate all the way through that worm. And then what I do with all finesse rigs, and I'm rigging weedless, is I skin hook that bait back in there. So that tip is ready to come out of that bait as soon as I set the hook. And this shaky head, what's cool is it sits on the bottom as you're shaking it, and this brand new buoy worm from Cabin Creek stays up. It really likes to float. So that tail's just sitting there, just wiggling right in that fish's face, and it's gonna catch fish in a lot of different situations. All right, guys, this is a good time to talk about the equipment. It's a finesse rig. I usually use about an 8-pound mono or fluorocarbon. I'll go as high as 10 if I'm fishing around a lot of structure. And this bait is weedless, so you can fish this around a lot of cover. Then I pair that up with a spinning rod. I like something with a real sensitive tip. You're really trying to bring this through different situations. Crawl this thing over rocks, really crawl it through weeds. It's a setup that can be used in so many different situations. And the whole rig is not very heavy. So a very sensitive rod can feel those little subtle bites, and also feel when if you're in some grass, if you're hung up in a little grass, you can just kind of shake that bait until it comes loose. And just remember that tail's always gonna be sitting up there. And these bass, even if they're not hungry, are gonna be nose down on it, waiting, and gonna find they're just gonna go, that's too easy of a meal, I gotta take a big old bite. I just popped this free of a rock, and then my line just started scooting down the bank. This is a nice healthy bass. All right, buddy, all right. I like it. Hey, buddy, hold on. You're gonna be on YouTube. Hey. All right. So another good fish. We're just shaking that bait on the bottom. What you wanna do is you make those casts, you let that bait sink all the way bottom, and you really just shake it, move it a little bit, shake it, let it sit. And even when it's sitting, that tail is just slowly moving kind of with the current. There's always a little bit of commotion down there. So that little tail is going back and forth. Then you shake it a little more, and what it's gonna do is it's gonna just make that little bait look like it's something that's kind of nose down, feeding along the bottom and stuff. And that's what these bass, they think that it's not paying attention. That's an opportunity for them to take a bite. All right, guys, let's talk about location. This bait's weedless. We've already talked about that. So you can really use it anywhere. Now, a lot of the places I like doing is if I'm gonna pull up to a dock, especially in this heat of the summer, I can fire it under the shade and I can really just shake it and work it slowly under there. Because a lot of times that's where those bass are hanging out. They really don't wanna be too active. But if that little bait's right in their face and you've got that brand new buoy worm from Cabin Creek's, which that little tail is gonna be right in their face, eventually they're just gonna nose down on it. They're gonna be looking at it, it stays there long enough, they're not gonna be able to resist it. Then you can pull up into some weeds, because that's another spot these bass really like to hang out this time of the year. If you got some nice sparse weeds or something down there, fire in there and slowly crawl this thing through there. You can come over a weed, let it fall back down, shake it. You know that tail is gonna be sitting up right there in that grass. You know, a third place I like to throw it is offshore. Another place these summertime bass go is they go a little bit deeper. So around rock piles, ledges, off points, you can fire this thing out there and really crawl it through there. And if you've got gravel and stuff, the bait's gonna fall in between, but that worm's gonna stay up there and it's gonna look like a little bait fish or something scurrying around there feeding on something. And once again, you're gonna be able to turn on some of these less active bass. Oh, there's our last fish of the day. Here we go. Come on, be a good one to end the day. Ah, yes. This technique can really just fire them up. I love the fact that you can cast everywhere. With certain lures, you gotta find the right depths, find the right cover. This one, you can really just cast wherever you'd like and also learn about the bottom. I've talked about that in other videos. You can really learn the contour, what kind of cover, what kind of structure is down there. So anyway, guys, check it out. Cabin Creek's Buoy worm, you know, paired up with a nice little shaky head, you're gonna get the, you're gonna be able to fish all the different cover, all the structure, no matter if you're fishing from the shore, which we started this video, then we got back on the boat because if I'm paying all this money to have a boat, I might as well fish from it. But you guys, go out and try this technique. Tag Lucky Tackle Box in it. I'm gonna be looking for you guys fish. Make sure you show that bait because I wanna see that you're out there using this technique to really improve your fishing game. I'm Travis with Lucky Tackle Box. If you enjoyed the video, thumb up. And also, leave a comment in the section below. If you want any more information on the gear or the tackle that we used in this video, check the description box below for a link.